Hello, welcome to episode 99 of No Holds Barred Pod. That is Sal Dodgson over there.
And that is Don McGowan. Welcome everybody, hope you're having a good weekend.
Hello, yes. Saturday today, 18th of July, we're recording. It's a bit cooler, isn't it? We may as well get the weather chat out of the way. It's cooled down a little bit.
I woke up this morning actually freezing. Actually freezing. I had to get up early, tired, come downstairs, grab my dressing gown, put it on, go back upstairs and go back to bed.
Get back into bed.
Not because it's freezing cold, but because my body can't handle such mad temperature fluctuations in short spaces of time.
It is swinging around wildly.
I don't like the swinging. Like, just pick a road. Stick with that. It's supposed to be warm in the summer. Warm. Chill. Chilly. That's how it's meant to work. Come on, weather. Play the game.
Yeah.
Anyway, we can talk to Jim about that on Monday, can't we?
It's not this week. It's the following week. But yeah, we can.
Not this one after. Right.
Yeah, because I'm down in Sussex next week, in Pevensey Bay, which is where William the Conqueror landed just before he won the Battle of Hastings.
Are you going to go to Hastings?
Well, it's just along the coast. Where we're staying is Pevensey, and that's the bay that they landed all their ships on, just because they couldn't get in at Hastings. So they made their camp at Pevensey and then went up and round the coast and down to Hastings.
Do you know what else they couldn't do at Hastings?
What's that?
They couldn't find one fucking artefact.
Oh, right.
But it's all a bit Loch Ness, so they're just sticking with it.
Yeah. Nick
told me that, actually.
Did he?
Oh, Nick, yeah.
Yeah, Nick, Myth Theoretical. Oh, right. I didn't know that. I thought it was a...
Yeah.
They didn't... Well, there's no, like, fossil relics or
on the fields
archaeological
where the alleged battle happened,
yeah.
not one artefact.
Not a sausage. Oh,
not even that. No.
Not even a sausage.
Some lovely, very historic buildings that Claire took me to see. I have to go and have a coffee with her. It might be the law now. I don't know.
Yeah, if I've got time, I will.
But yeah. It's a nice place to go. Hastings Abbey, I think it's called.
Yeah, I've been in through Hastings, the town, but I've never actually sort of spent any time there. So we'll try and get over there.
It's really, really nice. And
nice town.
Luckily, I forced Claire to take me down to meet Nick last time I went to visit.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I just went, oh, yeah, it is quite nice, isn't it? Yes.
Don't you live
here? Come to St. Helens, love. Come and see St. Helens, and it'll be even nicer than that.
Get a frame of reference.
Hastings is a beautiful. If you like your history and your historical buildings, fuck it, go and have a coffee with Nick. Jesus.
Yeah, I forgot Nick's down there. Yeah, if I've got time, I will try and meet up with them both. I will message them. But
seafood is exquisite.
Catch up with my stepmom who lives down that way, and also friend of the pod, Paul.
I was going to say you're going to go and meet Paul because apparently I didn't realise.
They're coming over for lunch on Thursday. I'm going to cook lunch for everybody. So see Paul and his family, which will be lovely.
You've got the wrong end of the stick on holidays, kid.
Oh, I know. We've got this sort of... We're in one of these static home caravan-y type things, but it's a nice one, so it's got enough room to cook food in and stuff. So, I've offered, just said, come round to there and we cook food, because it's right on the beach, so then the kids can all go off and play on the beach and we can just sit and drink wine on the deck. So that'll be quite nice.
Lovely.
Yeah, anyway, that's my holidays. What we're gonna crack on, but I just wanted to quickly mention two things. The website, which we need to talk about every week, noholdsbarredpod.com. It is growing.
Very sexy website.
Thank you, and it's got loads of good stuff on it. I'm just putting together a new page, but I have designed some women's clothing now. There is 3 items of women's clothing.
We do exist, thanks.
Yes. Well, after you pointed out to me that unisex wasn't good enough, I've gone ahead and... So there's now 3 women's T-shirts so far, but there will be more stuff coming. Specifically for women. Yeah, why not?
I have to go and buy one now, aren't I?
There's a Racism is Stupid one, there's a pod logo one, and then I did an activewear one. I don't know, because it looks cool in lime green. You know, like a gym top.
Oh.
Like activewear type stuff.
No, I wouldn't. If it's good for yoga, then I'll buy one, though.
Yeah.
If it's one of them T-shirts that doesn't flop over your head when you're doing downward dog, then yeah, great.
I think that's what it is. But yeah, anyway, there's 3 of those on the website now. So. Yeah. that is about it, I think, admin-wise. Yeah, check us out on Patreon if you want to get early episodes, etc., and chat to us. Be part of our Discord server, which is the new feature. I've got to set up a Discord chat, which Sal hasn't joined yet. And
I don't know how to use it.
just log in
It scares me.
I'll send you the link.
Do you know, the annoying thing is every time I open the laptop, one of the first things to pop up is Discord, and I didn't know how to use it when I used it last time when I was in a group. It was just generally for chatting with the people in the group, and then I'd go on there to get the Zoom thing for when we did Zooms. But other than
right.
I'm
At the
not even
moment,
sure.
it's
I'm
just
very
a
bad.
direct chat. It's literally just typing chat. I haven't done anything fancy with it yet.
Okay.
I know there are other things that you can do on it, but I haven't gone that far. So it's to replace our Patreon chat, which Patreon's great for stuff, but the chat function isn't the best. So
The clunkies, yeah.
it is. So we've got a Discord that you can join.
So I need to put Discord. Oh, if I put Discord on the phone, will it eat up the last bit of memory that I've got? I mean, I've been hanging by a thread for a very long time.
Don't know. It seems to work pretty well on mine, but the other thing I've started doing is designing some phone and tablet wallpapers, which I'm going to chuck up on the website for free so people can download them for their phone. I would show you mine,
cool.
but I'm using it
You're
to
filming on it?
record. But so I've got some funky wallpapers, which I'm just going to put on the website. People can download if they fancy having us on their phone. Right, that's enough rabbiting about crap. Let's talk about stuff. Where do you want to start? Last night's
start
news?
At home. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was last night's news? I missed it.
Nigel Farage standing in Clacton officially.
It's not news, is it? I personally had no qualms he would stand because reasons.
I really wasn't. I wasn't 100% certain that he would, because he was making a lot of noises that he might kind of bow out because of safety and all that. But then he turned up in Clacton on Thursday, didn't he, with Zaya Yusuf?
Refresh my brain. Is the 30 million including the 5 million, or is it 35 million?
It's 28,300,000 and something thousand, including the 5. So
right, okay. So he's into the world's biggest gangsters for 28 million quid, and he's so far failed in his mission.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
He's not allowed to walk away, is he?
No,
under those
that's why I think
rules.
I said yesterday he's hamstrung, and he's become Artie from The Sopranos when he has to have his restaurant burnt down and stuff. He's
hoist by his own fucktard.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's. I mean, it's just, if he's nearly 30 million in the hole to Harborne alone, and then there's the Cotterells, and then there's God knows what else he's got on behind the scenes as well. He's taking money from people, because he's clearly taking money from other people that he hasn't declared. So I don't think it was a one-off.
And I did actually see, Phil did a video earlier that Dan Merdle thinks he probably owes millions in tax on it now.
Like 3 million. Yeah, because I think he said when they first investigated it, he thought because it was a personal gift, there'd be no tax owed. But then,
had it been a personal gift, that might be the case.
Yes, exactly. And then I saw, Dan Needle yesterday had put out that because it now turns out that it's a payment for a service, which is seemingly what it is. And if he's saying that, he doesn't put out conjecture, Dan Needle. He puts out facts, whether we like them or not. He does put out facts. And he's saying he thinks Farage owes 3 million quid in tax on it. So yeah, another shit bit of news for Nigel Farage. But yeah, anyway, I was kind of looking on the tendering district website yesterday, kind of refreshing, like I was buying a races tickets, but then gave up. And then they eventually dropped it I think it was about 8 o'clock or something last night. It went up. And there's 34 candidates standing, which is a record for any by-election. It's the most candidates standing in any by-election. Farage has just created this massive circus now in Clacton, which is going to cost Clacton, or tendering district council, close to about £300,000 to run this election. Quite possibly more now. There's so many candidates. Pardon me. But he's gone.
Could that be? What's the word I'm looking for? Could that be countered by the inevitable upswing in local trade they're going to do when everyone descends. That's the word I was looking for.
It's possible, yeah. I mean, they've definitely got a massive boost in their kind of tourist economy and their sort of bars and restaurants and hotel type stuff. But I don't know if it'll offset the full 300 grand, but it will definitely help. But yeah, so he just didn't think it through, because he's now got I'm just looking at such people that he's up against. So obviously Count Binface is the most well known, but the Monster Raving Loony Party are standing 3 candidates. Baron von Thunderclap.
They've got 1,500 quid too much.
Yeah, they're called Baron von Thunderclap, which I love. Howling Lord Hope and Nick the Incredible Flying Brick. So that's the Monster Raven Loony Party. There's a guy called Joseph77 who stands in quite a lot of by-elections by all accounts. Another guy called Woke Trump Kazi. No idea. Some guy off of Married at First Sight who was done for some sort of sexual impropriety.
Okay.
Yeah. And then 20 odd other people. And then obviously everyone's favorite joke candidate, Laurence Fox. So yeah, he's made Clacton into a laughingstock, basically.
He's made himself into a laughingstock.
He has. But if I was people in Clacton, I'd be like, oh, this is a fucking joke. Like, we have to choose between these 34 joke candidates.
I'm struggling at the minute because, like, people with decent platforms are genuinely campaigning for Binface.
I know.
What the fuck? Am I missing something here?
I think it's a bit of light relief. I think everyone's sort of going, yeah, this is hilarious. But as you've said a couple of times on the pod, and I've said online, Farage he will win. I think.
I hope so.
And he has to win because he has to go through due process and face the music in Parliament, which is what he's trying to avoid by this fucking massive rigmarole that he's throwing in.
That's what I keep saying. But then people are saying, yeah, but if there are criminal charges to face, he'll face them anyway. But they might not become apparent because the investigation needs to happen.
Yes, absolutely.
What part of this? I feel like the stupid woman again, with everyone going, oh, you're being stupid, let the bin win. But that means he rides off into the sunset.
Yeah, it does.
Fuck off.
Exactly. He needs to face the music because he's dropped out of being an MP to buy himself some time for this investigation. But yeah, no, he has to be. He has to win and go back.
We didn't work our balls off for this shit.
Yeah, exactly. For him to get off on a technicality because Count Binface accidentally won a by-election. Yeah, exactly. I agree. So let's hope that, I don't know, will Binface pull out? I've seen a few people say that he might, but he's on the ballot.
I can only hope that Binface lets it run for a bit and then turns around and says, actually, I'll be voting for Nigel because we all need Nigel to face the music.
Yeah.
That'd be, if he could do that, that'd be good. If he doesn't, I am concerned.
Yeah. I've seen polls where Binface is considerably ahead of Farage. But
exactly my fucking point. And they're pushing it still.
Yeah. I just think Farage will win it overall, but I think it'll be closer than we want it to be, unfortunately. But yeah.
It's just not fucking funny.
No.
Oh, but it'll be the ultimate humiliation. No, that's going to prison.
Yeah, exactly. That's actually facing up to what he's done and like being sort of found guilty for the massive financial impropriety that he's probably most likely guilty of. So yeah, that would be the ultimate goal. Yeah, it's a show. It's funny and everyone's like having a laugh with it, but I totally agree with you. It needs to be.
Can we clip this to put out, please, as a short?
Yeah.
And then repost it every fucking day for the next 3 weeks.
Absolutely. Yeah. Stop voting for Binface. Farage has to face the music. There we go. Yeah. Definitely.
I never ever thought I'd say vote for Nigel, but on this rare twisted occasion in backwards world, vote for Nigel fucking Farage.
Yeah. Get him back in Parliament. Have him up in front of the Parliamentary Standards Commissioner. Indeed. Did you see? Yeah, he was moaning yesterday. Well, he did a fucking press conference at CPAC, which I'll talk about a bit more in a minute, but he basically was touting the great replacement theory and saying how we're all going to be like like our country will be what was his, I can't remember what his exact words were, but taken over within a decade. So
after 60,000 years, you think it's your lifetime that's going to happen now, is
exactly.
it? Shut up.
And they've been saying this for 10 years already anyway, so it's like, just adding
It's just
10
bullshit.
years on. Of course it's bullshit.
Propagandist nonsense.
And it's racist bullshit. It's horrible.
And it's what they've been saying for all the years. They've been pointing at Muslims saying, oh, they're infiltrating us. They're going to take us over. Meanwhile, all the Cryonists have been coming in through the back door and now we're fucking occupied. And they're still trying to get away with it.
Yeah.
What? Shut up.
And there's still only 6% of Muslims in the country, and there has been 6% for the last 2 years, and it's only gone up from 4 to 6 in the last 15 years, I think, something like that. That's where Matt Goodwin fell down on his book, because he drew a straight line graph about Muslim population. It's like
one area he fell down. But
well, yeah, true, one.
I've lost my thoughts. I was gonna. It's annoying. No, brain fart. It's gone.
No, okay. Yesterday also Farage was having it. Oh, got it.
Sorry, just came back. Yeah, this is the medium volume of what I'm going to report on shortly about what's coming out of America now. This is entirely in keeping with what's happening over there.
Yeah, true. Very true.
And it's still bullshit, obviously.
So yeah, two quick more things about reform on our reform roundup then was, Farage was not yesterday but Thursday moaning about Keir Starmer's appointment of people to the Lords and saying still yet no reform Lords being appointed. I was like, mate,
you got seven of you and half of you are criminals. Fuck off.
Exactly. I worked it out, and they have 7 MPs, which adds up to 1.07692307692307669% of the seats in Parliament. 1%, rounding up to 1.1% of seats. Yeah, all right, mate. Yeah, you're going to get some Lords out of that, dickhead. And
for the Green Party people, was it? Yeah.
No.
No, it wouldn't be.
No.
And nobody would expect that.
No, true, exactly. They have got some Lords, though, the Greens, because there were
Caroline Lucas,
Natalie Bennett as well.
Oh yeah, sorry, Nat.
I think there's one more. Anyway, doesn't matter. Yeah, and then the last thing is, I've seen a couple of people write about this today, and it's really important, I think, because the Daily Mail have put out a picture of who they think the suspect in Anne Widdecombe's murder is. Have you seen the picture?
No.
And they've named him.
I've not heard it. Oh, well, that's going to go down well.
Well, that's the point I was about to make, is that, and here's Matt Goodwin, sharing the Daily Mail. He's just a white British man, and they've named him, which I won't. But there's about 3 or 4 lawyers have come on today to say, stop talking about this guy, stop sharing pictures of him. You're going to prejudice the trial, because as Kate Ironside put a sort of tweet thread out earlier. She's a journalism academic, and she's saying, journo students, the Daily Mail has named the Widdecombe suspect with a picture, but legally since 2018 Cliff Richard case versus the BBC, suspects have a right to privacy until charged, and he hasn't been. But basically, he
hasn't been charged. I thought he had.
No, I think. Oh no, he has been charged, but I think. Oh, I don't know the legal definition. Like, I think he's still under questioning, I think is what it is at the moment. He's not, because he was. No, he hasn't been charged officially, because he's been arrested under terrorism offences, which gave them an extra 7 days to question him. So then they can set a definitive charge at the end of that and say, we're charging you officially with murder or whatever it's going to be. So yeah, no, he's under questioning at the moment. But they basically said that she's just saying that by posting social media posts, putting pictures out of him, like it says, members of the public are covered by contempt law just as much as journalists. So, if you, by posting this stuff online and talking about it, you could be found guilty under contempt of court. And then if the man turns out to be innocent, she said, he could win shed loads of libel suits after a person called Christopher Jeffries did after his arrest and release for a murder he did not commit. members of the public can be sued for libel. And Jay Rayner said underneath, yeah, I despair it's basic stuff drummed into you from journalism school in day one. But the Daily
Jay
Mail
Rayner, the
said,
food man.
yeah, he's quite good,
Okay.
actually. He doesn't just do food. He's quite an interesting man.
Not heard his name in a while.
No, he just popped up under this comment. But yeah, he's a food writer mainly, but he's a really good pianist as well. He's a very good musician, Jay Rayner, and he's quite astute on politics when I see him. But yeah, I just think it's interesting. The Mail have decided, and everyone in Reform have decided to share all these pictures, so especially Matt Goodwin. So
Yeah.
I hope
Not
Matt
that
Goodwin.
bright, are they?
No, I hope Goodwin gets sued to. Yeah, Matt Goodwin said earlier, Anne Widdecombe suspect revealed, we want to hear the detail about his political loyalties, beliefs, ideology, links to any movements and internet history. Matt Goodwin posted
I don't think
earlier.
they're going to go the way you want, guys.
No, I really don't. So, yeah.
Unless they've already figured out how they're going to counter that, and that's why they want to do it, to get it over with.
Yeah, maybe.
What nonsense are they going to come out with now?
Yeah, true. But everything crossed.
Radicalised by the Green Party or some shit.
Yeah, exactly. Far left green activist or something.
Oh, we've got some of that coming up.
Have we?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you're complete, but that might be a very good segue.
Yeah, that's all the Reform. Well,
because
for now, but
I've got an awful lot to report on from America, but it's none of it good.
No.
I'm hoping America are going to take care of it for us, because if they don't, we're going through the cycle century again. Why am I there? I don't want to be there. I want to be here. So first off, I've got. I'll start with Hunter Biden's tweet from yesterday. Having heard that, like, Trump was finagling with the elections like we predicted he would many months ago. I wish we were set up so we could just go, ooh, we said this then. But yeah, you're just going to have to take our word for it if you didn't hear it. But we did predict that he was going to try and make out that this election was a nonsense, just so that he could claim that he would only have a second term to serve, because he's mental.
Might see if I can find it and clip it, but yeah.
But so Hunter Biden tweets, Putin. Last night, Donald Trump released a declassified document that says his own intelligence community identified Putin as personally running an operation to defeat my father in 2020, built around a fake Burisma corruption scandal centered around me and executed through prominent Americans. Trump tasked his personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, to fly to Kiev, and meet a known Russian agent. The Americans who ran, laundered, and legitimized the operation, Donald Trump, Rudy Giuliani, John Solomon, Joe DeGeneva, Victoria Toesing, Lev Parnas, Igor Fruman, Chanel Rion, Sean Hannity, Steve Bannon, Miranda Devine, Ken Vogel, Ron Johnson, Chuck Grassley, James Comer, Jim Jordan, to name a few. An operation formally sanctioned by Trump's own Treasury Department on September the 10th, 2020, and expanded to include more named actors on January the 11th, 2021. Oh, and don't forget the Russian-linked FBI informant Alexander Smirnov, who, sorry, I wasn't expecting him to be named after the vodka. Who later pleaded guilty to making up the entire Burisma bribery story. The records exist, and we have all the receipts and more, and he provides them. Because obviously Trump's trying to make out that he had nothing to do with Putin interfering in his election.
Yeah.
Which is a fucking nonsense.
Yeah, absolutely.
And going back from your, like, reform, blame everybody else of what we're actually doing, that seems to be their whole framework here.
Shtick.
Jim Stewardson tweeted, "This is so disturbing. Trump is, quote unquote, unleashing a global campaign, close quotes, to crush Antifa or whatever. Antifa don't exist.
No, technically not. No.
It's just being against fascism.
Yeah.
Like, exactly. You know, You could be against all sorts of things. That's all it means.
Mm-hmm.
The joke is that we all meet at HQ every week, but it's a secret
Exactly.
HQ because it doesn't exist. Yeah.
Mythical.
So Trump is unleashing a global campaign to crush Antifa or whatever with the same seriousness and ferocity as jihadi terrorists. This is just an umbrella for arresting anyone they want. He's moving towards suspending habeas corpus.
Yeah.
I didn't know as well. And mass arrests. And he provides the page from the White House website, which says Trump administration unleashes global campaign to crush radical left terrorism. There is no radical left terrorism. Can you point to any? Because apart from the grannies with them signs.
I was about to say that exactly, Palestine Action, but no, they're hardly.
And obviously Talora.
Yeah, which is hardly.
So I don't know how much this I'm going to read, but today the Trump administration convened senior officials from governments around the world to launch an unprecedented global offensive against the transnational threat of radical left terrorism. Under the leadership of President Donald J. Trump, far left extremism will be treated with the same seriousness and ferocity the world has long reserved for jihadist terrorism.
Yeah.
This is White House website.
Yeah. Oh, the White House website.
Secretary of State Rubio exposed the long-standing willful blindness to left-wing violence. Quote unquote, our counter-terrorism doctrine has had a blind spot when it comes to extremist violence from the political left. Even today, the very idea that far-left terrorism could be a serious threat is treated as a right-wing fever dream.
Yeah.
Secretary Rubio warned that left-wing terrorism has surged to levels not seen in decades or ever.
Yeah.
Actually.
Never seen before, literally. Yeah.
Another quote from Rubio. Today, we face a new wave of this old evil. Here in the United States, the share of left-wing terrorist attacks and plots has risen to levels not seen in decades. Americans have seen what those numbers mean. That's just hyperbole. It doesn't mean anything.
Without a shred of evidence to back it up, because there isn't any. Yeah.
Secretary Rubio detailed the transnational nature of the threat. Antifa militants and their comrades travel from across Europe. Oh, it's our fault now again. Well, right, okay. And to the Hang on, what? Do you know what? It's definitely easier with them off. Fuck off. Annoying.
That's not ideal.
And I can read, I just can't make sense of the words he's using in the order he's given them.
Yeah.
Secretary Rubio detailed the transnational nature of the threat. Antifa militants and their comrades travel from across Europe and to the Americas. So that doesn't make fucking sense, does it?
No, it doesn't. No.
Using a plurality after using a singular. Dickhead. To participate in each other's attacks, to funnel propaganda and training materials and target information through shared encrypted channels, moving through underground networks of safe houses and finance and sustain their operations through transnational funds.
Really? Wow, this is quite the work of fiction they've come up with there, isn't it? It sounds
and
like
lastly,
it sounds like they've been watching a Lower Low and like what's the French Resistance from a Lower Low in the 80s.
Do you know what? That's why I've got me Berry, because I always think of not Edith as well.
I can't remember her name. Vicky? No.
Yvette.
Yvette. That's it. Yvette, I think.
I shall say this only 1 million fucking times. Not what she said, but you know.
Yeah. No, that's like they're just lifted from that. Sorry, carry on.
Secretary of the Treasury Scott Bessent announced powerful tools to combat illicit funding. Quote unquote. At President Trump's direction, Treasury is expanding its efforts to identify organisations that abuse charitable and non-profit structures. Wow.
Jesus.
As vehicles for illicit finance. Oh my God, it's literally a tax loophole, you cheeky bastard.
Yeah.
We're examining where tax-exempt status has been exploited, where charitable entities have become financial conduits for foreign influence activity.
Cough, Russia. Wow.
Dying of hypocrisy.
Yeah, exactly. The lack of self-awareness there is incredible.
And the last one This
Yeah.
is a sustained campaign to eradicate a violent ideology that targets police, civilians, and the very foundations of free societies. Last year, President
Wow.
Trump designated Antifa as a domestic terrorist organization and unleashed a relentless campaign to dismantle the left-wing terrorism and bring its... Oh, I've said this bit. Their funding is now being cut off, and international partners are now coordinating to shut down their safe havens, propaganda channels, and cross-border operations. Under President Trump, radical left terrorism is finally being confronted as the organised transitional threat that it actually is. Now, odd takeaway for me, I think, but because I haven't finished.
Go on.
Could this be why YouTube's doing what YouTube's doing?
In what way?
Trying to deplatform citizens.
Yeah, maybe. Possibly, yeah.
You know, given that they're all in on it together. Who owns
Yeah.
YouTube now?
It's owned by Google, or Alphabet, which is Sergey Brin and Larry Page own the thing, and they're
An American and a Russian.
He's American, but with Russian heritage. But like they're mates with Trump, so them Zuckerberg, Bezos, Musk were all at Trump's inauguration. So yeah, maybe.
Now,
that's just coincidental. Yeah, go on.
So we started out slow with reform, ramped it up a bit with what the White House have just done, and now I would like to play for you an excerpt from a speech by Stephen Miller.
Yeah.
I think it was yesterday.
The leftist is fundamentally motivated by envy, by hatred, by jealousy. The leftist looks at what is beautiful and what is good and what is natural and is filled with envy and hatred. The leftist looks at a perfect family with the perfect life and a perfect job and perfect kids. It goes to church every Sunday and is filled with a feeling of inadequacy and jealousy, and they covet and they turn those emotions
of which you are guilty.
ultimately into a desire to subjugate, to oppress, and to inflict pain and suffering. It's not a coincidence that when you look at these violent Antifa demonstrations, you see any photograph of those who were assembled. To be blunt, not one of the people that is demonstrating looks like a normal person. Not one looks normal. They're all deformed in some way, in their appearance, in their dress, in their mannerism.
Wow.
Why is that? Why? You look at two photographs and you see a normal American street, you see an Antifa protest. Why do the people that are violently demonstrating, why is there not one normal-looking person among them? Every one of them, through the course of their life and their decisions, has scarred their body and their appearance
Kid Rock.
in many different ways, to the point in which their outer appearance becomes a manifestation of their inner hatred.
Oh, well, this is insane.
Trust your instincts. To all people and across all civilizations, you know what normal is. You know what beautiful is. You know what good is. You know that families are right. You know that children are precious and beautiful and must be protected. You know that the criminal and the junkie and the predator,
Elon Musk,
is a threat to normal, healthy living. This is so much deeper than issues about taxation and regulation, although they're incredibly important. It's about normal, healthy, ordered living. And the violent leftists, for these deep-seated reasons, going back to the earliest wisdom taught to us in the Bible about coveting. And I'm not talking about rich versus poor. I'm talking about a much deeper kind of coveting. Coveting people who are morally superior, who are superior in the simple, truthful way they live their lives. People that they look at who are happy and ordered and peaceful and contributing to the communities. That burns an ember in them, and that's how you end up with the horrors we've seen throughout history, where good families are dragged out into the street and executed. The leftist is fundamental.
So, that, bafflingly, that was not Joseph Goebbels.
That's exactly what I was about to say to you. That's fascism. That's exactly That's exactly how the Nazis talked.
Yeah.
You could have. Wow, that's
Now,
it's funny, but it's fucking terrifying.
They know Trump's going to die soon. They fucking know that.
Yeah.
And all of this, I hope America have got their fucking shit together, because
That's
what they're going for.
fucking frightening, that is. That's proper,
Yeah.
could have been delivered by Goebbels or Hitler or whatever, easily.
He's insane.
It's like,
he's fucking categorically insane.
Yeah. That bit about saying about how people look normal and stuff is like the equivalent of the Aryan race thing that Hitler used to do. You know, it's the same fucking shit. Wow. That's really scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think...
I wish I knew what else to tell you. I mean, that is the conclusion of my American trip on our pod today, but it's grim.
It really is.
And people aren't seeing it and hearing it and, like, screaming about it is problematic. They need another No Kings protest just off the back of that speech.
Just from that one speech alone, I know. I've got some more stuff about America, but it's more lighthearted, thankfully, but that's worrying. That's worrying me. That I hadn't heard that until you played it. So,
and notwithstanding, now they've got most of who they consider the illegals locked up. Now they're going after the homeless and the disabled.
Yeah.
Because they have these concentration camps to fill up.
And those who
people
don't
need to make money from these ventures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, right. That's fucking terrifying.
Serious as shit.
It really is. Yeah, it really is. I started off laughing, but because he says stupid stuff, but then...
it is outrageous. I did.
But then as it progresses, I sort of like realise what this
gradually
is.
Wanted to hit a window. Yeah.
This is a literal Nazi speech being delivered here.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Wow.
The Nazis are here, man.
They are. And they're in American office in government.
And they're trying to make it over here too.
Yeah, exactly. So
via reform.
Yeah, exactly. And restore as well. So my American news is slightly different, but the most crazy thing I think that Trump came out with, he did a big rambling speech, didn't he, that you mentioned about China interfering in the elections and stuff. But basically, I copied down some stuff that Midas Touch wrote, but in essence, basically, he's laying the groundwork to sort of undermine the November midterm elections. But that's, I think everyone knew that was coming. He said that Mark Wayne Mullen, who's the new director of Homeland Security, said there's going to be ICE at every polling booth, and there'll be more ICE on the street, despite 2 more Americans being murdered last week by ICE. And then the 2 crazy things that Trump said. No, Marco Rubio, you just mentioned a minute ago, was talking this morning, or last night rather, about the UN getting involved, and why are UN not criticizing Iran for closing the Strait of Hormuz? And he was basically crying like a fucking baby about how Iran are committing war crimes by attacking ships in the Strait of Hormuz. Like, you fucking started this, you knob.
You've got to understand
this. Go on.
They're coming from the madness of they've spent so many decades being persuaded that they're rulers of the earth and the best of everybody, that they genuinely fucking believe it. And they think that they've got an authority everywhere because they're mad.
Yeah, they are totally mad. But the hypocrisy, because apparently, I think it was in January, Marco Rubio said that he didn't value anything that the UN said. They were completely inept and impotent as an organization. And then today, he's out there going, "Oh, you need to do something about this because they're losing this fucking batshit war they started."
It's the arrogance that it comes from. One man is criticizing an entire organization and generalizing without any actual substance of your argument.
Yeah, completely.
Go away, child.
Yeah, exactly. So there was that. Then there's some really bad wildfires going on in Canada at the moment, and a lot of the smoke is coming south, and it's in Washington, D.C. It's creating this massive haze, even as far south as D.C. And it might end
nature, though.
Yeah, but it might end up being postponing the World Cup final. It's quite severe. And Trump has said, if Canada don't sort out their wildfires, he's going to put more tariffs on them.
Silly Canada not sorting out their wildfires. How irresponsible of them.
Oh, I know.
What?
Yeah, he's going to tariff Canada because they've got wildfires. But the most fucking batshit thing he's come out with this week is Trump said on Wednesday that he's going to start selling access to his market-moving Truth Social posts before anyone else. So if he's been manipulating the market, which we know about via his social media, now he's going to allow traders to subscribe to his True Social and get early posts, which are market movers, for $100,000 a month.
Insider trading.
Yes, 100% insider trading. He's going to give them access to it for $100,000 a month, every month. He's just going to fix the markets. And everyone's gone, oh, okay, yeah, fine. What? How is this possible?
In a weird horseshoey way.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what. No, it's not what should happen. But we should have, in my humble opinion, and I might not be right, but it just seems to me that we should have a clockwork economic system that nobody can fucking gain. Money just ticks over as it does. You move through life. You move to bigger echelons of being able to afford more and earn more.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be down to human beings to fuck around with it to decide how everybody lives.
Mm-hmm.
It's madness.
Yeah, I know. It's fuck knows, but
we need to just remove these psychopaths from the equation.
Yeah. I just can't see how. I mean, I assume he's
money
not
is a circular tool.
Yeah.
Until people start taking it all and hiding it, and then we don't have enough of the circular tool.
Yeah, for sure.
It's fucking insane.
But it is. But I just couldn't believe you thought he was going to get away with trying to sell market inside trade information
Well, I think that the answer to that might come if can't say words. The clip I sent you yesterday we'll put in at the end of the Epstein crisis.
Oh, yeah.
Doctor talking about Trump currently and his current state. I think he said he's on about like day 87 of borrowed time.
Yeah.
So, but the Hawks will be circling because he's not long for this nurse.
No, he's not well man.
I don't know like how much more insane he's going to get before they remove him. But
well, this is it.
Did you see Ro Khanna went to Palestine and got picked up and like he got threatened by guns. The IDF roughed them up and everything. And he went back to America fuming.
Yeah.
Absolutely fuming. Yeah.
Well, you're not allowed in Palestine, are you? Because then you see what was going on. Yeah. There's a kid on social media. I say kid, that's really derogatory. A young lad on social media. Tan put something about him the other day, I think. And he's out there trying to get into Palestine actively, and he's been trying and he can't get in. And I'll have to find it and link to it. I'll send you it after. But
that's unusual. I've been watching a vlogger who goes all the time, like presently. Like he's a biker. I'll see if I can find a link and you can put him in the end of the chat. But he goes and he's very good because he is not an activist. He's just a lad on a bike.
Right.
But he's a good human person, if you know what I mean.
Okay, fair enough.
And he likes to go and document it so we can all see what's really going on in the ground.
Oh, okay.
And he gets stopped by the IDF all the time.
Of course.
But yeah, I'll see if I can find the link and send it to you in the show notes. Just because people do that. There are a few people that are still getting in.
Yeah.
But not many.
Not many at all, no.
No.
Yeah, because we know what would happen if they did. So, yeah. Right. I got a couple more bits about Andy Burnham and CPAC to finish with, but what have you got anything else you want to put in?
I've only got a good news story for the end.
Okay, cool. Well, let's mention CPAC because it's a bit more lighthearted than anything else.
I did like it better when we called it Nazi.
Yeah, exactly. Now, what's it? Conservative.
Short for National Conservatives, just to say.
The Nazi was, yeah. I can't remember what CPAC stands for now. It's Conservative Political Actions Conference, which has been going in America for a long time. Farage always goes over and speaks. Liz Truss has gone over and spoken. It's often run. I think it's run by Turning Point in America.
Oh, is it in America?
CPAC's an American thing.
Oh, I thought they brought it here.
Yeah, no, yeah. This week has been in London.
That helps.
Liz Truss announced after she'd spoken at the American version of CPAC that she was going to start up a British version. So what we've had this week is the British version.
No, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that's right. So I was just like, backgrounding it a bit because it's
Oh,
from
sorry.
America
Okay.
originally, because I couldn't remember what it meant, what it stood for.
Everything shit comes from America first, doesn't it?
Yeah, it says the first CPAC took place in 1974, so it's been going for a long time. But this is the first one in the UK, organised by everyone's favourite former Prime Minister Liz Truss. Which one of the things I noted she was talking to Peter McCormack on stage on one of them. She's basically come on as the MC. She's been like opening it, closing it, in between. She's been MCing the whole thing. But they keep putting her name up on the backdrop differently. It's like either ex-MP or former Prime Minister or former PM. And at one point it said formal PM, Prime Minister. They totally misspelled former when she was talking to Peter McCormack. But anyway, yeah, so it's been pretty empty. Not many people have been turning up. Like Layla Cunningham spoke to about 6 people, and it was like an empty room the other day. And Mikey Smith from The Mirror has been there like for the whole time, and he's hilarious. And like go and check out his reports from it on X. But Farage was speaking yesterday, basically couldn't fill the room either. There was loads of empty seats even for Nigel Farage yesterday. So the whole thing's been pretty much a disaster.
Unfortunately, bots can't buy tickets.
So. Well, that's exactly what I said online. It's amazing that these bots don't turn out to be real life people. Some of the tickets were going for 10 grand.
Shut what? Shut. What? That's money laundering. I'm not having that.
I assume that's for the Farage speech because they were supposed to have Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, but he just suddenly decided he couldn't come at the last minute, so he got paid and didn't turn up. They had various American people. It was just a big far-right kind of hoo-ha thing, but it was a bit of a letdown. Yeah, Lucy Connolly was there on the stage with Alison Pearson again. Alison Pearson's like one of those...
Talking absolute shit.
Well, as usual. But Alison Pearson's like one of those... are they called Ramona fish that go on sharks, that feed off the sharks? Like, she's like that with Lucy Connolly. She's there all the time just feeding off of her.
Like a succubus.
Yeah, exactly. They were on stage with Mercedes Schlapp, who's the wife of Matt Schlapp. He's an American...
Famous for... Did he invent the schlapp?
What is the schlapp? What's that?
Well, I was assuming it was some sort of like Dutch version of a
slap.
Legal contract where you're not allowed to speak about things.
Yeah, if Steve McLaren said it. No, she's married to Matt Schlapp, who's a political lobbyist. Like, he's worked for George W. Bush and stuff. Big conservative guy in America, but also got done for groping men sexually in public. So yeah, and she put out a tweet during the George Floyd riots, used the N-word, and basically there was some guy wielding a chainsaw. She was like, go and kill all the Antifa lot. And so they're like that sort of fucking far right bullshit. But it was just a flop. It was a disaster. Anything Liz Truss touches now turns to fucking dust.
I mean, she just sounds unhinged every time she opens her mouth.
She's absolutely off her tits. Like, she needs an intervention. Someone needs to take her aside and say, look, mate, you need to back down from this stuff because you've lost your mind. But Alexandra Topping, I saw from The Guardian, she was there and she found a copy of Matt Goodwin's AI written book on sale for £5. Signed, it said, only £5 for a signed copy of Matt Goodwin. I assumed it was probably more expensive without the signature.
Yeah, paid double. Paid double for a clean version.
Yeah, that was CPAC, really. It was just a fucking joke. So, and the only other thing I wanted to just mention was Andy Burnham. He's now the Labour leader officially as of yesterday. Gave his acceptance speech, was very much like a centrist kind of dad cringe fest, and came on Dancing to New Order, which I was like, oh my God, I just don't want to see that.
It's a tricky one, this.
Go on.
It's a tricky one. He's making all the right noises.
Some.
And well, yeah, apart from his drilling in the North Sea.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I'm just very, very cautious that he stands there and he's decried neoliberalism, hasn't he?
He did. He said that he's putting an
Which
end
is
to it. Yeah.
which is going to be very fucking interesting to see how he's going to tackle that, while at the same time as having to make hard choices.
Yeah, exactly.
Which hard choices are we talking about there, Andy? Because you've already said you won't do wealth on tax or nothing like that.
Yeah.
So, but I'm just like the atypical traumatized person. I am just going to see what he does.
Yeah.
Don't know. Suck it and see. Don't trust him. Hope it
No.
works out well.
Yeah.
Don't know how it's going to work out.
That's exactly the same as me. I'm wildly skeptical about the whole thing. But I'm hopeful. You know, I still want it to work. The things he said, if they work, amazing. But how they get there, I don't see it. But yeah, the
And
drilling.
also, he's. I need to check that out. Actually, I'm sure he's like connected to a data center contract in Manchester. But I need to check that out.
Yeah, maybe.
One that hasn't been built yet.
Oh, I see.
So, yeah, I need to check that out because it might not be true. So don't like hold me to that.
No, I just don't see how he's going to be any different in any respect to what Keir Starmer's got at the moment, especially for the first year. He's not going to be able to change things. Will he stop flight?
Well, I listened to the show.
Yeah.
And they were reporting on it, as you might imagine. And it turns out I had the same take as Mehdi Hassan's got. Which is that, was it a perfect stance on the genocide in Palestine? No. Was it a lot better than we've had or got? Absolutely, we'll take it.
Okay. That's a fair comment. Absolutely. I think we said that last week.
We can work with that.
I agree.
You can't work with what Starmer was just stonewalling.
But, and this is a big but for me, there's not a hope in hell that Andy Burnham, when he becomes Prime Minister on Monday, stops selling arms to Israel or putting spy flights above the Middle East. He just won't.
Not immediately, won't.
No, but he can't.
Give him a bit of time before we start going, you're a Zionist, fucking chill.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, people say to me online, Starmer should be tried as a war criminal. But does that then roll over into Andy Burnham?
A lot of people should.
No, but then does that Andy Burnham will also, assuming, be tarred with that brush as well? Because
it's too early to say, isn't it?
Because he can't end a contract with Elbit and stuff like that. I mean, he just won't.
He has said that he's going to look at bringing bigger sanctions.
I agree. Yeah. No, I hope he does. But like pragmatically, like Kinetic, for example, Christopher Harborne's other company that owns 25% of our entire military, sends loads of shit to Israel, and he can't stop that from happening because a part of our military has been privatized. That's the problem, you see. And I think there's no way he can stop that. It's the same with Palantir. He can't stop Palantir without losing billions and billions of pounds. Kinetic and Palantir, Harborne and Peter Thiel, have got their sort of tendrils wrapped around our country so tightly that it's going to cost about 100 billion to get rid of them. So there's the bit I think he's going to fall down on. I think that'll just get swept under the carpet and we'll just carry on as normal. That's my worry about it with those things. So the military side of things, because they need more money, the military, and they'll only get it by doing private contracts.
She needs doing a lot of fucking heavy lifting there.
Yeah, well, in what way?
How much have we put into Trident and it doesn't fucking work? In the way that they're entirely, as you've documented, entirely irresponsible with money.
Oh,
they can't cope with it.
No, they are.
They just spaff it up the wall while the rest of us starve and haven't got a pot to piss in. So them needing more money.
Well, the military bit, I heard Simon Marks was on this morning on LBC today, and I like Simon Marks, and he brought up something which is quite interesting, that there are rumours about that Burnham wants to stop America using British air bases for Iran, which is kind of what, but then he butts up against Trump. Again, you know, he's got every single problem that Starmer had, and can he change it? That's the problem. But what Simon Marks was saying was, if he changes the defense secretary from Dan Jarvis, who's replaced John Healey 6 weeks ago, with, I'll tell you who the rumors are in a second. But Dan Jarvis is like an ex-military major in the army, and he's been
he knows his onions.
And he's been in America with Pete Hegseth, and he's made connections with Hegseth already. If he replaces him with Wes Streeting, which is the rumor, then Trump's going to have a fucking freak out. He's like, don't send this fucking little weird boy when you've already, I want the army major back. You know, we need to deal with proper people when we're talking about the military. The military thing, I think, is going to be a big problem that Burnham's got to solve. I'll be interested to see how he goes about solving that bit.
But that's fine.
Not
But
the answer.
how can he? Oh, words are escaping me today. How can he condone assisting what are now very, very fucking clearly actual fascists?
Yeah, but I
He can be as right wing as he wants, but the minute you slip into that fascism shit, we're done.
Yeah,
and he should be. I mean, he obviously is trying to with the words he's saying so far, for such early days, like. But he is laying down a marker to say, I'm not okay with this. It's not like the strongest marker we've ever heard, but it is relative to what Starmer's been doing, which is fuck all for 2 years. He should be tried as a war criminal. I agree with whoever it was said that, sorry. And if he...
But then also should Rishi Sunak, Liz Truss, Boris Johnson?
Yes, 100%.
So those three, because it's just been going on forever.
They should be charged for crimes against fucking humanity.
Well, obviously. But I'm just saying this stuff that is levied at Starmer has been going on for fucking years. But they don't get accused of it. But he does, which is a weird thing to me.
I'd accuse them of it.
I know you do. No, yeah, you might. But most people don't. Rishi Sunak doesn't get labelled a war criminal.
That's because to most people with unthinking brains, it all started on October the 7th, 3 years ago. It fucking didn't.
Yeah,
it started.
That's what I mean. It's been going on for a long time.
78, 9 years ago.
Yeah, but even then,
so shut up.
Sunak was Prime Minister when it happened, like the initial thing.
Yeah. Oh look, I think they should all be in prison, but you know that.
Yeah, no, I know.
For varying things, not just for the genocide, for the genocide of disabled people here that nobody saw or witnessed. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I agree. I think the military is going to be a big problem for Andy Burnham to solve. I really do.
Yeah.
And the rumors of the rumors of Wes Streeting as Defence Secretary are true, that's fucking not the way to go about
terrifying
in any way. Wes Streeting should not be the answer.
Doctors.
Exactly.
Should he have beaten them, but you know.
No, but he couldn't negotiate his way out of a doctor's strike, which James Murray did within like 2 weeks, and then bring him back.
Send him to Washington. That'd be great.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, let's wait and see. We'll know a bit more on Monday because we'll obviously he's going to announce his cabinet on Monday afternoon. Crazy rumors. Shabana Mahmood for Chancellor. Ed Miliband as Home Sec. Lucy Powell Deputy PM. Lou Haig Chancellor of the Duchy. No, what is it? The Chancellor of the Duchy of Lancaster. Wes Streeting at Defence, and maybe Angela Rayner at Health Secretary. I mean, none of that makes sense to me. And Jonathan Reynolds.
What's he doing with the balls?
No, I think that's Lord and Lady Balls might have fallen by the wayside.
Good.
But Angela Rayner at Health, and Jonathan Reynolds being brought back as well. So, fucking God knows.
Who's doing DWP? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
It'll be Rachel Maskell. It won't be.
No.
It'll be some evil troglodyte.
No, she's been critical of Burnham already, hasn't she? So,
has
she? She said something the other day about it.
I had hoped that he might bring one or two backbenchers in, like good ones, but he hasn't, has he? Well,
he's got a big cabinet, but the problem I see is if all these rumours are true, he's basically reassembled Keir Starmer's first cabinet in a different way.
I did find it interesting that he said he wouldn't penalise people for voting with their conscience. That was a bit of a slap at Starmer, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
He won't be removing the whip from people for being decent.
Which is good.
That's that should just be normal.
Yeah,
but because it isn't, that's great.
Yeah, lots of things.
Thanks for being a decent human being.
Yeah, for sure. No, lots of things he's putting out there sound good to me. But again, as I said before, I'm skeptical by nature, so we'll just wait and see what happens. But the military, I think, for me, is the one that's going to bring him trouble.
Do you know what, though? He did come good on Hillsborough.
Yeah, it went through. But that went through under Starmer.
Well, it hasn't quite. But what?
That went through last week under Starmer, technically. I mean, Starmer didn't have anything to do with it, but it was, Burnham.
Well, but this is the thing, though, because like Ian Byrne was at fucking Hillsborough, so he's been involved
he's
from the get-go. Starmer and Burnham had to be dragged into it kicking and screaming, but then got behind it because it was a Tory government, so they were quite happy to work with it. Then they got in government, then Starmer lost interest, decided to fucking change it, didn't he? While poor Ian Byrne's like, I don't know how that man hasn't punched a window, but he's great. He just persisted and persisted and persisted and just tenacity beyond. And he got there, but they kicked that into the long grass until Burnham got up to the pyre. And then the minute Burnham's there doing a changeover with Starmer, all of a sudden the carve-outs are withdrawn and we're putting it through.
Perhaps.
When they hadn't spoken about it in months and months and months, as we know, because I kept saying, why don't we talk about it? Why don't we talk about it? Why don't we talk about it? And they weren't. And then, lo and behold, right at the 11th hour, all the right decisions get made and it gets shoved into the Lords. That wouldn't have happened under just Starmer. I just don't believe it.
I think Starmer's shoved quite a lot of things through in the last couple of weeks as he wanted to sort of bolster his legacy slightly. I'm not sure. No, you might be right about the Burnham thing.
It's his own fault. We'll never know, will we? Because the man's a fucking liar. So, well, most of them are.
They all are.
What we need to do is I need to get my shit together and get Ian Byrne on, then we can just ask him.
Yes, I would love to know that. I'd love to.
Do you know what, though? Now it's sort of almost sealed and delivered. I feel like I can approach him. I just didn't want to bother him when I knew he had so much on, because these good politicians who do like their one job properly, they have a lot on.
Oh,
like Neil Duncan Jordan's doing 3 different good things every single day. I don't know how the man gets his energy.
People that are in politics for the right reasons.
But I want to get the good people on, but also the good people are really, really busy, and I don't like bothering.
True.
So it's tricky. I've got one good news story to end on.
I was going to say, talking of good things, to finish up with.
Now it's news to me, so maybe everyone else already knows, and it was 10 years old. I don't know, but I caught something. I don't know if maybe somebody tagged me on it or something, about how we were going to solve the climate change problem with dust.
Oh, no.
I was like, what?
Don't know this.
So it turns out it's about basalt rocks.
Okay. I know nothing.
So it has, at some point, it was discovered. Let's be that ambiguous.
Yeah.
Basalt is vital for tackling climate change through enhanced rock weathering and permanent geological carbon storage.
Okay.
When crushed basalt is spread over soil or pumped underground as dissolved CO2, it reacts with CO2 and water to permanently lock the carbon into solid carbonate materials like limestone.
Ooh, interesting.
Basalt aids climate mitigation in 2 major ways. Enhanced rock weathering, finely crushed basalt can be spread onto agricultural land. Rainwater absorbs the atmospheric CO2, forming a weak acid that chemically dissolves the rock dust, turning the carbon into stable bicarbonates that eventually wash into the ocean. This process safely locks away carbon for millennia and enriches soil by slowly releasing essential nutrients like calcium and magnesium, which can improve crop yields.
Awesome.
Geological storage. CO2 can also be captured from industrial sources or the air and dissolved in water. When injected deep underground into porous basalt formations, the CO2 reacts with the rock and converts into solid carbonate minerals in a matter of years, permanently removing it from the carbon cycle.
Wow.
Pioneering projects such as CarbFix site in Iceland utilize geothermal energy to inject captured carbon directly into basalt formations. Meanwhile, organisations such as Undo are running large-scale ERW field trials to spread basalt dust on agricultural fields across the UK and globally. And then it just gives me a load of sources. But, that's good.
It is. Sounds amazing.
That's good news, that is. Need to learn a bit more about it. But things are happening. So that's good.
I mean, I think
that's some for the garden, obviously, now.
Yeah. I mean, that's
I would be crushing my own.
I think that's one good thing about the climate at the moment is it's forcing more scientists to work on it much more urgently to find. Unfortunately, I think we've not gone past, but we're almost past the point of tackling it at source, especially
Well, necessity is the mother of invention.
exactly.
As
So,
Plato
but at
once
least,
said.
yeah, exactly. Was it Plato who said that?
It was Plato. I had
Was
to look
it?
it up recently because somebody else
Cool.
challenged me on it.
Yeah.
I went, I said that, and I went, no, you fucking never. That's like that
Oh,
was
no,
Plato, actually.
I was thinking it was someone from the 60s. I can't remember who it was, but no, Plato. Yeah, cool. Yeah, no, it's making people work on solutions rather than sort of tackling the problem at source. So, yeah, great, brilliant bit of news. So, yeah, stick some carbon into some rocks.
Now, even though we've just mentioned it, I can't remember what I sent you for the end, but I think it's something we all need to listen to, isn't it?
Bear with, and I'll find it. I can't remember his name. I can't pronounce it.
Oh, it's Dr. Epstein-Crisis, the taggers, isn't it?
Yes.
And it's his opinion on Trump right now.
Yes, about his health and well-being. Yeah, stick around, watch that in a second. But thank you, everyone, for listening and watching.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's about it. We'll get this out in the next day or two. Next week, not sure what we're going to do with recording. This will go out Monday on our normal.
Is this
channels.
your away week this week?
Yeah, I'm away on Monday to Friday, but we've got to Laura's episode to put out next week as well, so I'll be back by Friday.
Yeah.
So probably
I might do a bit of solo Sal.
Yeah, you can stick a solo Sal in there and with an update as and when. But if I can't record, which I probably can't, so
I might see if I can get Tan to do one with me.
Okay.
Just for shits and giggles.
Yeah. Go for it. See if she will.
No offense. All girl up.
That's fine. I did one with Tam and you were not well, so yeah, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, go for it, but we'll see. But other than that, yeah, thanks for listening and watching, and we will be back soon. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.
The president's speech last night confirms everything I have been telling you guys about his dementia for the last several months. One day, the doubters are going to stop doubting me. But today is not that day. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, I'd like to issue a preemptive fuck you. I was right the entire goddamn time. I'm a physical therapist with a doctorate in my field and 15 years experience working in home health care, treating patients with dementia, heart failure, chronic kidney disease, all the shit that he has. Now let's throw to Lawrence O'Donnell with the last word just after the speech last night.
After Mitch McConnell issued a proof-of-life photograph earlier this week.
Abso-fucking-lutely not, but please continue.
Donald Trump delivered a proof of dementia video tonight, 25 minutes of it. Election dementia, anyway. At minimum, election dementia.
Minimum.
Because Donald Trump's pathological lying and screaming outright insanity on this subject year in and year out has become so easily predictable. Careful clinicians studying this patient, Trump, like Georgia Senator John Ossoff, were able to tell us 9 hours before the event what was going to happen tonight.
I've been telling y'all for 6 goddamn months what's been going on, but I digress. Here's the clinical breakdown. The context for Trump's frontotemporal dementia is a personality disorder known as malignant narcissism. It is the exact same psychiatric profile as the Mustache Man from Germany in the 40s. This psychiatric profile was literally created simply to explain what that man did to Germany and the rest of the world during that time. The psychiatric community had no language or diagnostic criteria before that. The difference between this personality disorder and other pathologies is that malignant narcissists destroy societies. And even Trump is different from that guy because he is malignant narcissism plus dementia plus nuclear weapons. The key characteristic we are observing with his perseveration, which is also a dementia symptom, on the election of 2020 loss, is that malignant narcissists do not grieve. They do not grieve loss. They never enter any of the stages of grief. They only seek to get even. Anytime he has suffered a loss or a defeat, he never apologizes. He never analyzes. He never experiences sorrow for causing pain to another human being because he is a fucking psycho. So in that context, we are observing frontotemporal dementia, the atrophy of the frontal lobe that is removing any filter for things you should or should not say, things you should or should not do. He is perfectly willing to confabulate or make up lies that he 100% believes in support of his innate, unwavering belief in his own righteousness. Whatever guardrails existed before are basically gone, which is why a sitting president would be willing to go on camera and give a speech that multiple major networks would not even fucking air. Now, they're doing it for legal reasons, which is the same reason that Fox News has to air a disclaimer even when they cover the speech. But beyond the legal realities, every one of these fucking media executives knows this motherfucker's brain is turning to instant oatmeal, which is why I'm yet again telling you all, it could happen any day now. Happy Friday. At this point, he's on 85 days of borrowed time. Who did he borrow the time from? That guy in China that downloaded publicly available voter rolls from the state of Colorado. And when he should have tried to call Jeffrey Epstein to get another Melania replacement, been impeached, or they should have finished the process of invoking the 25th Amendment. Thank you for your attention to this matter.